You're saving money, but you're already thinking of the lack. Lack says there is not enough. You're already panicked about a situation that's not even there yet. Hey guys, it's Sarah. I'm back at it again with another video. So today let's talk about why you must establish a mindset of abundance if you want to attract more money to your life and also hold on to more money. It is absolutely necessary to establish this mindset, because if you don't, you're either going to keep getting stuck at certain income levels and unable to go higher, or you may be unable to hold on to money. And I know those scenarios are actually very different, but I'm going to explain to you how they're all connected. First, let's go through what these mindsets actually are and how they differentiate. In society, we are usually raised to look at money from a perspective of lack, and we're constantly bombarded with negative messaging, and usually we start to adapt those beliefs and make them our own. So now let's compare abundance versus lack. The abundance mindset views money as an unlimited resource, where money is always created, and where when you're attaining money, you're not taken away from another person, and money is just a means of exchange. This is the polar opposite of lack mindset. With the lack mindset, you look at money as a limited resource, and you always feel like you're taken away from another person when you receive money. And you look at money as something that will run out. So now when you're always frantically thinking about trying to save for a rainy day or trying to spend less and still holding on to the belief that money is limited and that you are limited, you are coming from a place of fear. And that fear comes from looking at money as something that will run out versus something that is unlimited, that replenishes itself. All those negative statements about money, like money is the root of all evil, all the rich are greedy, come from this view that money is a limited resource. The lack mindset is also all about competition, because the thought behind it is there isn't enough for everyone, and therefore when another person has it, you can't have it. You see, when you start to view the world this way, this is when you start to feel jealous of others. But when you have a mindset of abundance and you acknowledge that there is enough for everyone, aren't worried about the competition, because you know that you are creating and manifesting in your own lane. For example, when you think of businesses, a lot of new entrepreneurs, when they want to start something the first time, they're trying to reinvent the wheel and then they fail. If you research an industry, a niche, a kind of business, and you see that there's already a lot of people doing it, it is usually a good sign, because it proves that there is a market and that there is demand. And for some reason, it always works out for you that you can attract your own people and your own customers and clients when you focus on your own lane. Let's talk a little bit more about how the lack mindset negatively affects you without you even being aware. And I mentioned earlier that, sometimes you get stuck at certain income levels, or you don't want to charge more for your work. It makes you uncomfortable because you feel like you're taking something away from people. But another thing that is extremely common is that people manifest more money for themselves, or they get a promotion or whatever, or they even hit the lottery, whatever it is. And then, for the first time, the bank account is much higher. And then weirdly, they manifest some expenses or random bills, something happens, the car breaks down, and then you have to spend again. You know what they say about saving for a rainy day. And of course, I'm a fan of saving. The goal is not to blow all your money, but the problem is when you save from a mindset of lack, something bad's gonna happen. I can almost guarantee you, because you're coming from this anxiety that money is not something that you'll always have, that is unlimited. You look at it as something that will run out, and therefore I have to save it right now, because what if something bad happens? And you're attaching this emotion of fear to it. It's like you're saving money, but you're already thinking of the lack, because that's why you're saving it, because you're already thinking of the situation where you won't have money, or where you will need the money, and this is what's going to end up happening. So there's a lot of things going on. This mindset of fear is directly related to the mindset of lack. So you must work through it and get rid of it, because otherwise you can manifest so much money in your life or attract so much more money, but if you end up losing it anyways, because you're still in this mindset of lack and you're still holding on to this fear of not having enough, because this is really what this is. Lack is not having enough. Lack says there is not enough, and therefore I must frantically save every dollar that comes my way and be already panicked about a situation that's not even there yet, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The emotions, the energy that you're attached to it this is what you're going to manifest into your reality, unfortunately. And this is extremely common. This is why people have such trouble to elevate, or, look at all those lottery winners. Why can't they hold on to money? To me, what it seems like is these people, they won the money, but like their energy and their mindset was not the mindset of abundance, was not the mindset of this multi-millionaire if they really hit it big. With this energy that does not vibe with the amount that they're having now in the bank, this is what they're gonna end up manifesting. This is why they always end up losing all of it. This is why this usually doesn't work. And it tells you something. It tells you that the mind is everything. As long as you're in a mindset of lack, your bank account will be like a bottomless pit where everything is going to continue to fall through, but you want things to expand. But in order to expand, you can come from lack or from fear. So now let's talk about how to shift from lack to abundance. What helps me is to look at the world, look at our planet, and to start with nature. So look, we have the seasons, and look what is happening. Nature always replenishes itself. There's always growth, and it's a never-ending cycle. And personally, whenever I'm by the ocean, I can easily tune into the feeling of abundance, because when you look at the water and when you look at the horizon and you can't see the end of it, it just makes you feel like there's so much more out there, and the planet by itself is abundant. Or when you're somewhere high up, on a mountain, on a high-rise building, on a skyscraper, or when you're sitting on a plane and you look at the sky, it's that same feeling. And look, according to physics, our universe keeps expanding, which that is super trippy by itself if you think about it. So those examples are more about the vibration of abundance and getting you into the feeling. So how are we doing this more directly? Anytime you deal with money, when you spend it, focus on what you're gaining. I think most of us have the tendency to view spending as bad and to look at it as we have less after. But no, you just exchange currency for something else. You didn't lose anything. A very good thing to do is to practice gratitude, because it really shifts you into a mindset of abundance. And how do you do that? Especially if you're more new to the subject, very easy thing to do is to write gratitude. Shifting into a mindset of abundance can really change your life and your finance, and it can shift your entire perspective to something so much more positive, where you easily attract many more good things into your life. But if your focus is on changing your finances, establishing this mindset for yourself should be the first thing that you do. And once you start establishing more of a mindset of abundance, and once your energy is more attuned to abundance, you will see shift. This is when you don't randomly manifest all those expenses or those extra bills, and then the extra money just falls away. You won't manifest that anymore. That only happens when you're in a mindset and vibration of lack. Abundance is about expansion. Expansion is not like holding on from fear. Expansion is investing. When you're investing in something, you're still playing by the rules of money, because money is supposed to flow. And when you're putting your money into something, your money is not static in the same way as if you're just holding onto it out of like panic. You know what I mean? Because if it's invested, there's purpose and it's kind of moving. Because if it's in a company, the company will continue to like work and produce output. So your money is kind of also moving in a sense. It's not static. There is a flow to things. So it is very, very different. And this is when you actually will experience expansion. But you won't experience that as long as you're locked into this lack. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose it. It's gonna run out. It's gonna all go away. And as with everything, this is a continuous process. It's not like you wake up one day and then you have the perfect mindset of abundance and vibration of abundance all the time. You know what I mean? You will still have some days where you get into this mindset of lack. But the difference is that once you're familiar with the concepts, you can catch yourself. You have self-awareness, you'll catch yourself when you're in a bad mood and when you're in a mindset of lack, and you can just shift your perspective and say, hey, stop right there. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it brought you value. I have a special announcement to make today. So I'm now officially offering one-on-one coaching. For the beginning, I will offer individual sessions, which I most likely won't do in the future. In the future, I'll very likely only do packages. The way I work is a little bit differently, because what I do is a combination of mindset coaching and pranic psychotherapy. What is pranic psychotherapy? So I'm a pranic healer. Pranic healing is a form of energy healing. It's similar to Reiki, it's just a bit more want to say complex. And there's a modality of it which is called psychotherapy. And in psychotherapy, we work on the person's aura. With this tool, I can help resolve blockages, negative thoughts, and negative emotions. So if you're interested in that, I'll link it below, and as soon as you pay, you'll get redirected to my calendar. But if you just want a quick tool to resolve your money blockages, you can grab my Removing Money Blockages meditation. Or if you want just something to get you into the right vibe for money in general, then you can pick up my free money magnet meditation, which is a nice meditation with affirmation. Anyways, it's all linked below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, I see you guys in the next video. Bye.